All right, class. That's so weak. Try it again. Make me feel it. Come on, Jay. I know you ain't playing with your phone right now, right? All right, let's try this again. Class.
Yes.
Woo. You know what makes right there. Warm, fuzzy feeling. Makes me think like you guys enjoy being here. At least pretend. Okay, that's all. That's all I need. Says Kirk Daniels wishes to measure the distance across the Gasconde. I don't know. I suck at wording. River. He determines that C, capital C. So if it's a capital letter, what does that represent? Angle, the pointy point, right? Pointy point. Those are my angles, my vertices. Capital A is 31.10 degrees, and little b is 347.6 feet. Find the distance across the river. Now, do I have to solve everything? No. I'm only looking for one side, right? One side. And what letter am I looking for in this case? Little what? Little a. Little a. That's the only thing I'm looking for right here. I don't have to go through and do everything like we did on the previous problems. I only need to use that one thing. Need to find that one. So, to solve for that, I have to always start with a known pair. Do I have a known pair on this one? No, not yet. I don't have one yet because Jay is going to get his phone confiscated, and I'm going to call his mom, ask his mom to come pick it up. You don't have? Oh, okay. Next time I talk to her, I'll say that too. Anyway, so right here, we're going to look at this, and we know that all three angles in a triangle add up to what? 180. All three angles in a triangle add up to? 180. Good. So if I know two of the angles, can I find the third? Yeah. Let's do that. So you would take 180 and subtract your two angles on your handy-dandy calculator, and it's going to give you your answer. But I'm going to show it up here in the steps mathematically or algebraically. So I'm going to say that 31.1 degrees plus, which one am I missing? B? Yeah. Angle B plus 112.9 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. So that's the algebraic steps to get to my answer, to solve for angle B. But since we've been doing this all the way back since Unit 1, you should be a pro at this. You take 180 and you subtract 31.1, and then you subtract 112.9, and your final answer, what is left over, is angle B, which gives me 36 degrees. Is that what I heard? Okay, good. Now, do I have a pair? I have big B and little b. I have big B and little b, so I could use that as my pair. So, I'm going to put it here, 36 degrees. So I'm going to go to the next page to make it a little bit easier. There you go. So let's go ahead and set up using law of sines. Remember, it goes little b divided by sine of big B. And what am I looking for in this case? Little a, right? And so that's going to go on the top, isn't it? So location is super important. For all these problems that we're currently doing, we're all finding the little letter. We're looking for the side. When we do this next, we're going to end up looking for the angle, and that's going to be slightly different, so I don't want you guys to get confused from that. So I'm going to put little a over sine of, yep, there we go. And if you notice, what mode does my calculator have to be in? It's got to be in degrees. It's got to be in degrees. So, we're going to do cross products here. Cross products. So I get, let's see, 347.6 times the sine of 31.1 degrees is equal to little a times the sine of 36 degrees. All right, so to get my a by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by. There we go. So those will cancel. And so I'm going to get little a is going to be about point what? Point what?
6.
Is it 0.6?
No, it's 0.5.
It's 0.5? Okay. Just double check. I'm just double checking. So I heard a couple things. 305.5. And what are my units here? Now, if you notice, this is in feet here, so that means that everything is in feet. We're not going to have different units around the triangle. So if that's in feet, and then that is also in feet. All right, you guys ready for the next one? Yee. All right, let's go. Now, this one right here, it's kind of weird because a lot of people probably have, never gone outside. Okay, there's this thing called land nav where people actually go outside and can walk around and not be lost. But when you call someone, be like, "Yo, where you heading?" Oh, okay, I have a bearing of 32 degrees north by northwest.
Who's gonna say that?
Pilots, Army, Marine Corps.
They wouldn't say that as they're walking
Exactly.
around.
My dad ain't know. He ain't never said that.
No, maybe not to you. So, Navy, same thing, because they're in ships and they talk about bearing, because that's the direction that they're going. Because you were like, "Yo, I'm in this big ocean. Hey, take a left on that rock over there." What rock, right? So you can't really give some directions, especially in the ocean, right? So was he in the Army?
Yeah, he in the Army. He got the duty. He in the Army.
Oh, right now?
Mhm.
Ooh, okay.
Right.
Tell him. Okay.
Don't ask
Where's
me.
he at? Where's he at right now?
In South Carolina.
South Carolina? Ooh, all right. So that is
Work
Jackson. Oh yeah. So is he at a basic training facility?
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing right now. They was there. I don't know. They was at Dave and Buster's today.
I thought he was gonna like something like honorable. I was like, oh yeah, I served Army too. Okay, I didn't know what he's doing, but he's over at Dave and Buster's. Yeah.
He's doing one of the shooting games.
I know, right? He's on Big Buck Hunter. Yeah. Anyway.
No, it's the exact name of the game.
It's-
You did that thing was way too much.
Right. Eating on wings.
Those wings ain't that good. And do you know what? Okay, listen. Oh. I like Dave and Buster's because that's the bar. Okay? No. Look, no. I'm on a tangent here. You got me on a tangent.
I
Main
got
event.
a sign.
No, main event. We went to main event. It's 10 o'clock at night. People are still waiting to get in. They got their little snot-nosed little kids at 10 o'clock at night to go into main event. I'm like, come on, seriously, this kid's asleep right now in your lap, and you're going to bring him into this place where he's got to fight video games. You know, who's next in the video game? So it's either a 6-year-old or the drunk 35-year-old. Come on now, that's not the right place. Yeah, exactly.
Are you the 35-year-old?
You think I'm 35?
No.
No, trust me, I was smart to kick that kid out of the way. I'm like, my game now! I'd go straight up to the little kid and yell, look me in the eye. Look me in the eye. I'm the captain now. All right. See what I did there? See what I did there? Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by explaining what bearing is before we get into this problem. So first, we're going to deal with. So let's see. Start with the compass. So what's on the top? North. East. And okay.
You spelled it wrong.
I was saying you.
Okay, I don't even blame you. I can't spell either. So that's exactly how I think I would spell soggy.
Hey, listen. If you want to go to a worders class, go to their class and ask them out what letters go together for that. We're here for them numbers. Waffles. Waffles. Waffles.
No, put L before the E.
L before the E.
Except after the C.
L.
No.
I'll never daddy waffles.
Anyway. So, I use this. It's funny, and it's way to try to remember it going around the circle. So, we always start our bearing from north. Okay? One of the things, since we are in the northern hemisphere here, a lot of things that we do is bearing north. Southern hemisphere would do a lot more bearing in south because their magnetic pole is south, right? So if you go to the southern hemisphere, the compass points to the south. So right here, never eat soggy waffles. So what we're going to do is start from north all the time. So the first thing I have, what was that first value that they gave us?
Hold on, 42 degrees. Hold on, wait. Very, yeah.
42 degrees. It says right here, bearing north, 42 degrees east.
Wait a minute.
Is that?
Is that in the middle?
So is it northeast?
What does berry mean? No,
I'm like,
I was gonna ask the same.
I know, but I'm trying to get there. So I'm using this.
Okay.
So, and 42 degrees east, right? That's north by 42 degrees east. What that means is, start at north, and I go which direction? East. How much?
42.
Very good. So, that direction is 42 degrees.
What does berry mean?
It's a direction. So, it's kind of like, do we have any Eggers in here? I don't want to offend anyone. No? Okay, so, you know what a vector is?
Yeah.
Okay, so a vector, yes, gives distance, okay, and magnitude. So it gives you a direction and how far you have to go.
Wait, what?
What are you talking about?
Yeah?
Which part?
When he does his dance with his gun.
Okay, okay.
Do it again?
No, yeah. India's in the back already trying to do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So, right here, that's what that means. So now, I am giving directions, so I'm going to say, hey, right here, we're going to walk from this point right here, so 42 degrees north 42 degrees east. So that means east, it goes to the direction of the right. What if it said west?
Go the other way.
I would go the other way, right? Okay, but your bearing is where you're starting from. That's your directional that everyone should know where that's at. So if I tell you, I'm like, hey, I want you guys all to meet up over at this one place. You're like, dang, where is that? Oh, it's next to that Chick-fil-A. And everyone's like, oh yeah, the Chick-fil-A, right? You know where the Chick-fil-A is. So when you're giving someone directions, that's the bearing that you're using. That's your true north, that you're going to say, hey, it's next door to Chick-fil-A. You'll be like, oh, okay, I know where Chick-fil-A is. I just need to go next door to that. That's what this is giving you. Your bearing gives you starting north. And we're going 42 degrees east from that direction. That's what that means. Is anyone still iffy? Question? Maybe? Possible? No? Hey, if you question it still, we you know what? It's not easy. If it was easy, we wouldn't have to study this for like 3 weeks straight in the Army. Yeah.
Oh.
So it was bearing south 42 degrees to the east. Would be you saw at the bottom and then.
So yes, if we were doing that, it would be south, and then what'd you say?
42 degrees east.
Yeah, and so it would be to the direction of east, so it would be this way.
Okay, then what about west? How about west?
It'd be the same.
Okay, so now say it again.
What about west? Like how? Then what direction would you go?
Okay, now give me a direction. Give me, like, make up something for me.
Like if you started at west, like bearing west. And
No, we don't start that way. Because you could either do north,
north and south?
north and south.
Okay.
North, northern hemisphere, south in southern hemisphere. But sometimes you're going to actually do some south because it is a direct opposite of what your north is. So wherever your north is, you're going to point directly the other way. That's one way to do it. Does that make sense? So our bearing starts at north, and from there, if you did north 40 degrees east, we go this way. But if it's north 40 degrees west, I go the other way. Does that make sense? Okay. Better? Now there was another one. So there's another tower. So this is one tower that we're talking about on these notes, right? Now there's another tower, isn't there? So this is a little tower right here. And then there's another tower right here. Now from this tower here, wow, that one's ugly. From this tower here, what other information do we have?
15 degrees.
North, 15 degrees east. So in that case, from this other tower, it is 15 degrees east. So from here, it goes like this. So right there, what's going to happen to both of those lines? They're eventually going to cross. Those are going to eventually cross, and that's where we get our triangle from out of this. Now, it's right here in this example. But that's why I wanted to go off and start with the compass and try and explain what bearing is and these directionals. So from here, this goes 15 degrees this direction. This is 42 degrees from that direction, and they both are converging at that point. That's one way that people could find the distance of something. Because if I look and be like, hey, there's a fire over there. How far is it? I don't know. Just way over that way. But if we have a known value in between, we could use that to try and put in a vector there to cross, and we'll see where it's going to be at. Does that make sense? Yeah? Maybe? Okay, good. So, let's go back to this over here. Now, this right here. from north to east is a right angle, isn't it? Say yes. Okay, north to east is the right angle. So this right here, a right angle adds up to what? 90, right? So if that adds up to 90, and inside my triangle is inside here, what is this other angle going to be? 48, because both together, my 42 and 48 together have to add up to 90, because those are complementary. So this angle right here is going to be 48 degrees right there, right?
You don't have the C?
I'm going to. So over here, right next to my east, I have another right angle here, don't I?
Yeah.
What do you think that whole angle is going to be? It's not 90.
What's that? It's 90 plus 5.
90 plus 15, isn't it? Because didn't it go beyond the right angle? Because my right angle stops right here at the black line for north. And so from here over, all the way to the line is going to be, what you got? 105. Very good.
But I have a question.
Yeah.
See how you got the 48?
All right. Let me get to that. There we go. All right. So in between north and east, that's a right angle, isn't it? But on the inside, because I know from north this way, it was 42, right? What is it looking for on the other side? So this way is going down 42, but this side, how much together to make 90? Because it's always a 90 in between directions. In between north and west, there's 90. West and south, there's 90. South and east, there's 90. So that's where we use those for.
You just subtracted the 42 from 90.
Yeah. So 90 minus 42 to get that value. But on the right-hand side over here, I went 90 plus. Why did I put 48 there? I'm sorry. What did we say? That's 105?
Yeah.
Sorry. Maybe someone was talking to me while I was writing that. Okay, so now we got 105. Let's go back over here. So we said this one is 48. This one here, 105. Do I now know two of the angles? Yes. All three angles in a triangle add up to 180. So go ahead. I want you people right now, subtract those from 180 because we need to get a value for angle C.
Are we subtracting that 92? Or just the written ones that we did?
Just the angles. Just the angles. What'd you guys come up with? Yep. So that's 27 degrees. Now let's go through and label this triangle because we didn't do that at the beginning. Because I wanted to talk about the bearing and what a definition of bearing is. So let's take a look. So this one over here is capital A. What side is little a? In between what two letters is little a? BC, right? In between BC, I'm going to call that little a. In between AB is little c. Very good, little c. And then little b is already there. Right? Now, do I have a known pair? What pair do I have? I have c's, don't I? I have big C and little c. So that's going to be 110 over sine of 27 degrees is equal to, what am I looking for in this case? Little b, right? Yeah.
Is everything gonna be over time?
Yeah, that's the formula that you guys highlighted the other day. One of the reference sheets, I can't remember which one. It's one of the, I think it's like a trig reference sheet, like trig 1 or trig 2. I can't remember. It actually has sine on top. It works out the same thing, but as a ratio, it works out. But I would rather do the same thing every time, all the time. So now, what do we get on? So we're looking for b. So my variable is little b over sine of 105. Because I need capital B, right? If I'm solving for little b, I need to use capital B, right? So B and B. So cross products. Cross products. And after you're done cross producting, solve for it. And I believe this one says round to the 10. Not 10th, 10. So let's get that calculator out. So set up my control divide 0 sine of degrees over sine 105. Oh, thank you. See, I'm glad someone's paying attention. Good job. Like that? Okay, there we go. And my answer is 234.0397. But it said round to the what? So what is my answer going to be? Wow, I heard like all kinds of different. 234? Jason, what'd you say it is? 230. Isn't the 3 the tens place? The 3 is the tens place, so we look at the right to just directly to the right. Does the 4 round up or drop off? Drop off, so it becomes a 0 because this becomes 230 now. So, see, tried to trick you on that. So my answer is going to be 230. What are my units? Miles. Thank you. All right. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop right here, and then we're going to pick this up on, I think, Monday. Monday, I day. I know Friday's off. Okay. Yeah, Monday, I'm going to pick this up again on the next 2 examples. Okay, because this homework is, there's a lot of steps, and I want you to have enough time to work together on this. So I'm gonna stop the notes here today, and you guys are gonna use the rest of this time to actually work. Because if Jay is on his phone again, then we might actually have some issues here. I might have to add some more homework problems. All right. So like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification button, and yeah.